Does the Bible talk about rheumatoid arthritis? Does the Bible talk about rheumatoid arthritis? Today, we shall be looking at that matter of rheumatoid arthritis and all the other forms of arthritis as found in the Bible. We are looking at Hebrews chapter 12. Hebrews chapter 11, St. Paul talks about faith. He says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. And he continues to talk about our father Abraham, who had faith. And the Bible says that because he had faith, it was reckoned to him as righteousness. He talks of Moses having faith, that Moses forsook the pleasures of Egypt and chose rather to identify with the Israelites because he was waiting for a reward that only God would give. Then he talks about others, Abel, about faith, Abel, Enoch, about faith. He also mentions Samson and Barak, and he says that he doesn't have the time, that time has now forbidden him from talking about everybody else who has had faith in the Lord. Then when it comes to chapter 12, Hebrews, he says, now that we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin that so easily entangles us. And let us run with perseverance the race that's set before us. Just looking at Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was presented to him, despised the shame, endured the pain. Then he goes on to say that the pain that we're going through now and the chastening that we go through now is not comfortable at all. But later on it will yield that peaceable fruit of righteousness to those of us who are trained by it. Now not listening for the present seems to be joyous but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those of us who are trained by it. That is verse 11. Then verse 12, all of a sudden, in verse 12 he starts to talk about rheumatoid arthritis. He says, verse 11, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees. Lift up the hands that hang down, and the feeble knees. And verse 13, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be not dislocated, but rather be healed. Lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, so that your feet may not be lame, but that they may be healed. So these two verses, verse 12 and verse 13, when you consider rheumatoid arthritis, those are the areas that the body really suffers. The body that has rheumatoid arthritis and even all other forms of arthritis, those are the parts that suffer. The hands suffer, the wrists suffer, the fingers suffer from pain, from inflammation, from swelling, and from deformation. The knees suffer and they become feeble. The feet suffer, and because the feet suffer, anybody with arthritis wouldn't want to walk in a path that is not straight, because it may mean further injury to the already inflamed and maybe even deformed joints, and bring more damage to the body. So healing, and then he says rather that be healed. So we are saying all of a sudden, out of the blue, after he's talked about suffering and he's talked about chastening, he starts now to talk about arthritis. The hands, lift up the hands. The knees, he talks about the feeble knees. He talks about the feet. Make straight paths for the feet. So, does the Bible talk about arthritis? Yes, the Bible talks about arthritis. Does the Bible talk about how to bring relief to that person with arthritis? Yes, from these verses we can say that there is suggestion about relief. Lift up the hands that hang down. Lift up the hands. What happens when you lift up your hands? When you have arthritis, what happens? First of all, the hands feel much better when you're doing a few exercises. Lifting them up helps the blood to circulate. Lifting them up reduces the swelling to some extent. Lifting them up reduces the pain to to some extent. The feeble knees. What about the feeble knees? What do you do about the feeble knees? You look for, you try to have exercises or to do exercises that will make the knees stronger than they are already, to help reduce the swelling and to help reduce the pain and to help reduce the inflammation. What about the feet? Everyone with arthritis fears to walk in a path that is rough. It may, if the potholes make it very painful for the feet. So make straight paths for the feet so that they may not be dislocated but rather healed. Straight paths. So walking. Walking is one thing about the person with rheumatoid arthritis. I'm not just walking on a rough path, but no, walking on a straight and smooth path where the possibility of getting the feet damaged further than more than they are already, that the possibility should not be there. So we are saying that the Bible mentions arthritis. But let me just say that it's not just arthritis that is mentioned here. All forms of illnesses that would affect the hands, that would affect the knees, that would affect the feet are also incorporated here. When you look at Zephaniah chapter 3:19, the Bible says, at that time, I will undo all that afflict thee, I will undo all that afflict thee, I will undo all that afflict thee, I'll save her that halteth, I'll save her that halteth, I'll save her that halteth. I'll bring her back and gather her back from where she has been taken out. I'll make you a praise and a name among all the nations where you have been put to shame. So again, we see the rheumatoid arthritis mentioned here again, and God promising that He will save the person with rheumatoid arthritis. And in this case, we're saying also, any person who has problems with their feet or problems with their legs, God says, I will save you. We still don't know what it means exactly when God says, I'll save you, because the word salvation in the Bible is a big word encompassing so many things, encompassing healing, encompassing health, encompassing a good life, encompassing prosperity, all those words and that, all those nice things and that's a nice package. That word save is a nice package. So I will save her that halteth. I will undo all that afflict thee, and I'll save her that halteth. So there's hope for that person with rheumatoid arthritis, and there's hope for that person with any other sort of illness. Micah 4:7, again, the lame person is mentioned. And God says, I'll make this lame person a remnant. I will assemble her before me in the Mount Zion where I shall reign forever. God speaks, saying, I'll assemble the person who is lame, I will assemble her and make her a remnant. Again, we are saying some of the promises that God has given us, we may not understand them at length. We may understand them only briefly, because the Bible tells us that for now we see things dimly, but there will come a day when we shall see things clearly. Then Isaiah 5:6 says that the lame will leap as an hart. That there will come a day when the lame will leap as an hart, and the dumb man will shout, or the dumb man will sing, and there will be water in the desert. Isaiah 5:6. So when the lame man leaps, what does that mean? It means that he has received full recovery. He has fully recovered from rheumatoid arthritis. He has fully recovered from all forms of arthritis. He has fully recovered from any other disease or any other condition that would cause the feet not to want to move. So the lame man shall leap as an hart. What are we saying here? I would understand this to mean that one day the medical profession will discover medicine to cure arthritis. Because right now, what they have, there is medicine, yes, but it is not exactly to cure. It is to manage the condition and to help the patient to live a life that is a bit normal or near normal. But there will come a day, perhaps, where God will open the eyes of the people in the medical profession, perhaps, so that they will discover, or maybe the ones in the physiotherapy, maybe they discover a way to treat and cure rheumatoid arthritis, to treat and cure all other forms of arthritis, to treat and cure all those conditions that will make someone to be lame, so that Isaiah 35:6 will happen for us, for those of us who have problems with our feet, so that Isaiah 35:6 will happen for us, and we shall say, the lame man shall leap as an hart. That statement will become reality, because the lame man will leap as an hart. The lame man will leap as an hart. So I've not exhausted all the scriptures that talk about the lame. There are more scriptures in the Bible that talk about the lame, that talk about all those people whose feet trouble them, whose hands trouble them, who have problems with joints, muscles. The Bible says much. I've only picked those few. So as you, at your own time, I'd advise that you go ahead and meditate on Hebrews chapter 11 about faith, Hebrews chapter 12, and then now Isaiah 35:6 about the lame man leaping as an hart. But there is hope for those of us who may be sick, who may have any ailment concerning our feet, any ailment concerning the hand. There is hope that one day we shall leap as an hart. We shall leap as an hart. We shall leap as an hart. So as you listen, subscribe, share, like, comment, and thank you very much for listening, and God bless you, and may God bring you speedy recovery in whatever ailment you may be suffering from, in whatever condition you may be having. May you enjoy speedy recovery. May you experience speedy recovery. And if you know someone, maybe there's someone in your life who's suffering, may you share this with this person, this message with this person, and may that person, whoever it is, may they receive speedy recovery. Thank you very much. God bless you, and bye-bye.